What's up? Hey guys, it's Ivan. In this video, I wanted to give you and share with you my take on this book, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. So kind of incorporate a summary and review. This book has a lot of buzz around it. If you're in any sort of online marketing interest groups on Facebook, you've most likely seen a bunch of offers coming your way, with a bunch of incentives to check out this free book where you only pay for shipping and handling. So stay tuned. In this video, I'll share with you a brief summary and my review on it. So let me start off by telling you who Russell Brunson is. For those of you who don't know, he's basically an online entrepreneur. He's been doing this for over 12 years now. He had his first online company when he was wrestling. He's got a bunch of stories about that if you're interested. Within a year of graduating, he's already made over $1 million. I think his first product was potato guns. So he'll get into that as well, where he basically looked up online, he searched up how to make potato guns and all these different things that people were looking for. He packaged all of that into a product and he started selling it. So he's got another book, .com Secrets, and this book, which I'll talk to you about, Expert Secrets, to help entrepreneurs get their message across. Okay, so that's kind of the main idea. To help them grow, right? And to help them, if they have a message, get it across to the world. How would they do it? How would they do it most efficiently? I will get into the .com Secrets review in another video. I am almost done with that one as well. So basically, here's an article. I found this was done May 16th, actually. So this is really recent. So this guy, Russell Brunson, he's got actually a ton of different businesses. But he's built the $360 million SaaS business, which stands for something like software related, like he's selling software products. So, if you've heard of something like ClickFunnels, that would be an example of this software program, right? And I have over 40 videos on that. So if you're unsure what it's about, it's kind of this platform that helps you build funnels really, really quickly. And that's kind of one of his main platforms from which he's generating income. All right, so that's about it for the author. You've got to know him a little bit. So now onto the book. So the book Expert Secrets has a ton of similar elements from the Affiliate Bootcamp. I've mentioned it in a previous video. It's like a free 100-day training for affiliates where they give you one new video and one new training session per day to guide you and to kind of teach you how to sell. So really awesome stuff. Affiliate Bootcamp, they don't waste a minute of time. And Expert Secrets and Affiliate Bootcamp have many elements and many things they talk about that are interconnected, that are one and the same. So this book is really about how to create a mass movement of people through the way you as a leader will interact with them. So it looks at leaders worldwide, good or bad, it doesn't matter. As long as they stir up that emotion, as long as they're able to create an uprising, kind of Russell sees and it discusses his conclusions for what do all those people have in common. So this is perfect if you're in online marketing, because people buy from people. As you may have heard this little quote, this little phrase, people don't buy from businesses, people buy from people. And you're going to be that person from which people will buy, right? You will be that leader whom people will look up to. So the book starts off with this premise that, if you've seen the video in one of my previous videos, we went on this Expert Secrets book page, and I showed you that, in the video, Russell starts off by saying, you are an expert, you are great at what you do. So basically, this is saying that there is something that you are good at, right? So whether you may know it or whether you don't, whether you're shy or not, there's probably something you're good at. Even if you're doing some field right now, which, your parents got you into or you think you like, there may be something that you're really good at outside of that field. So this book kind of makes you think about that and say, hey, you know what? Maybe this knowledge that I have, I can package it in a little container, right? And just sell it. It's as simple as that. And this book will help you sell it. It will help you get that message across. So I actually listened to the audiobook. You know me, I like audiobooks. I can't wait for the books to come. It takes about a week or so, or maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. I just want to get the knowledge ASAP. So I listened to the audiobook. It's available immediately. I got it through the expertsecrets.com book. I'll leave my affiliate link down below if you want to check it out. The book is about 300 pages long. This sells for about $25 on Amazon. So I was actually quite surprised that they actually have these two offers. Like people would buy from Amazon when he's got this free offer. So definitely take advantage of the free offer. You only pay for shipping if you're interested. So let me get into kind of a brief summary. So this book teaches you a ton of different things. It's really hard to keep them organized. unlike our previous review of the book, Influence the Psychology of sorry, Psychology of Persuasion. I said it wrong here. Persuasion of Psychology. Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, which only had 6 principles, right? And I kind of broke down those 6 principles in the review, and I kind of gave you maybe a few small examples. In this case, there's no 6 principles. There's a ton of different things that you can learn and do and apply, a ton of different hints and tips and suggestions. I wrote everything down in my little notebook. So I write all this stuff down here. And these are kind of the things that I'll be sharing with you today, is kind of what I wrote down and what I found value for myself. But really, if you're going to get this book, keep a notebook handy. There's going to be a ton of different small things that will say, okay, right? Interesting. I never thought of it that way. That you can write down and you can apply yourself. So, but basically, here's the 3 kind of things that I wrote down and that I found value in, and that's the 3 things that every mass movement has, and how you can basically become a leader. So how you can apply this to sell products to your following. 3 things that every good story has. So you must be able to tell a good story to engage, especially in autoresponders, especially if you're writing emails. You know, I mean, think of yourself, right? How many people do you get emails from saying, hey, here's the software, hey, check this out? You probably shut them off, and after a week or so, at least I do, after a week or so, I unsubscribe. I say, you know what? I'm done with this. You're a salesman. You care nothing about me. You only want to sell me stuff. I'm going to delete this, right? So you must be able to tell a good story so people don't do that. So people actually look forward to your next email, right? And that's what this book also goes over, how to tell a good story. It also tells you, how to structure and communicate in a webinar. This thing, I'm not going to go over into too much detail because it really uses elements from step 1 and 2. It's pretty much the same thing. And then it has some small tips and hints on the side. Again, if you read the book, you'll get into that. If I go into all that, I might as well make a 4-hour video as long as the audiobook, right? Might as well. So I'll just give you kind of the brief summary of the first 2 points. So in short, this book teaches you how to sell. Yes, it teaches you how to become a leader and how to speak, but ultimately the goal is to sell, and this gives you kind of these tips and these suggestions for how do you sell to a following or to anyone listening to you, okay? So let's get into the first thing. So the 3 things that every mass movement has: charismatic leader, a cause and a future, and a vehicle for change. So guess what? If you are speaking to people, if you have an audience, make sure you include those 3 things. So for charismatic leader, some of the pointers there is you need to be an attractive character. You must be a model. If you're not a model, and if you're not participating in those model competitions, don't even bother. Just kidding. Attractive character means you need to be someone people can relate to. You can't be perfect. Like think of Superman, right? This example they give in the book, before they introduced his vulnerability, kryptonite, I think, he was kind of perfect, right? He was undefeatable. And to most people, that was boring because he's so perfect, people can't relate. So make sure, as an attractive character, you're someone people can relate to. You live the good life that people are looking up to you, right? Embody that image, that person of whatever you want to teach, like whatever you want the end result to be of what you teach to the people you teach, right? You need to maintain absolute certainty. There's no kind of, maybe we should do it like this. Like, as a leader, people look up to you, people follow you, people need to be 100% sure that what you're saying is legitimate, it's true, and you're confident, and you will stick to your guns no matter what. So make sure you maintain that absolute certainty no matter what, because people look up to you. You can't be boring. Obviously, you need to be interesting. Now, one of the things about this is you need to be polarizing. So you can't be neutral all the time because that is boring. Again, in the book, he brings a bunch of different examples about people that are boring and people that aren't boring, and kind of what the difference is. And some of the marketers that are really extreme, and they kind of say, I hate this, I like this, and that creates a much stronger following because people people that do agree with you, they will agree with you on a much stronger level because you relate to them so much, right? Because it's the extreme. If you're neutral, yes, maybe you won't have people that hate you, but you will also have a much harder time selling because you're just so neutral. People can't relate to you as much, right? So you must also care about the audience. You need to create your own market. So basically what this means is, in one of the previous videos, I talked about how the ocean's now polluted with kind of all these gurus, all these professionals in every single field. So you must be able to kind of create your own ocean and not join in the ocean with those professionals, but create your own, right? So that's kind of what the features are of this charismatic leader. Cause future. So you must kind of create a vision for the people, right? So you need to create a cult-ture, which is what Russell talks about. Is, a cult is basically a group of people that are so loyal to each other, so close together toward their common goal, and that's what he wants to say. So you need to create a culture, but you also need to create this cult of people that are loyal and that have this identity, right? That can relate and that are with you on the same goal. So that's kind of what that is. Same with help them self-identify. He gives examples of how he was selling shirts, something like "I am a funnel hacker," something like that, and he just sold so many because he was able to have these people that identified with that quote, right? Title of liberty, again, that's basically a cause. So again, he gave some other examples of during this war, people were leaving, people were abandoning, and so what the captain did is he cut up his shirt and he pulled it up. He made it a flag, and he said, we fight for blah 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 blah. We fight for these things, and he gave them a cause. He gave them a future, and people came back and they started fighting. Okay. And help audience break the 4-minute mile. I skipped that one because I wanted to discuss it last. Basically, help people reach what they think is unreachable. Again, in the book, he gives the example of runners, right? At some point, people were thinking that it's impossible to break the 4-minute mile until someone did it, and then more and more and more people started doing it because they saw that it was possible. So help them understand that whatever you're going to do, you're about to do, is possible, it's doable, and show them that, illustrate that, and they will follow you to the end, okay? In terms of vehicle for change, it's talking about if you're going to be selling a product, don't improve a product that's already there. Make something entirely new, right? And this goes back to our point of create your own market. Sorry, don't just jump into the ocean with everyone else. So create kind of your own unique solution. This is important for several reasons. Again, in the book, he discusses examples, but some of them are, improvement is hard, right? If you're already a really good basketball player and you want to improve again, that's going to be much harder than if you were to just start playing basketball and learning, right? It's that concept of marginal returns. If you've ever taken math or economics, you know that like over time, as you become better and better and better, that marginal increase, marginal enhancement, marginal growth is much harder to achieve than at the beginning stage, right? Same with anything. If you're just learning online marketing, when I first started online marketing, I learned so much in my first month or my first week. But then over time, I started learning less and less and less and less, and my increases were becoming incremental. So that's kind of the idea here. The other thing is desire versus ambition. So a lot of people just aren't ambitious enough to want an improvement. They say, I already have this. That's good enough for me. I don't need more. So if you introduce something entirely new, you will appeal not only to the people that have the ambition, which as Russell says is like 1% of the world's population, but you will also appeal to the people that have desire because it's something completely new. And last but not least, memories of past decisions. So if you're introducing an improvement offer, there's a bunch of people that have probably tried your product in the past. So if they had bad experiences with that product, they're not going to want to have those experiences again. When you're introducing an improvement offer, what's happening is you're kind of showing people that you're going to have to go through those negative things again, right? You're going to have to do it again because this is an improvement. So you will need to face those pains that you did before, but there's also some additional stuff on the side, but they're not going to care about that, right? They're going to have the memory of, I had really bad experiences with this. So if you make something entirely new, people won't have those biases. They won't have those negative emotions associated with it. They'll have something entirely brand new. And they'll say, okay, let me try it out. I've never tried it before. All my past failures are my past failures. Let me try something new. If you create an improvement offer, people aren't going to say that. People are going to say, my past failures may become failures once again. So that's kind of these three things every mass movement has. Again, very important because if you are trying to sell your product, trying to build a community, you must use these three. They're just so incredibly effective. And when you read the book, he'll provide more examples. So the next thing is three things every good story has. So the three things are character, desire, and conflict. So for a character, the character is either a victim, he's in jeopardy, he or she, they're likable, they're funny, they're powerful. So pick like 2 out of those 5. That should be sufficient to make a good, likable character. And then, of course, he looks at the different examples, different stories, but, we don't need to ask him. Just think of yourself. Read any book, look at any movie. They all have these. They have the character, they have the desire, what the character wants to do, and they have this challenge, right? And you're looking at how does the person overcome this challenge. And same thing with these TV series shows. You have that every single time. You have those characters that you like. You have some desire, something they want to accomplish, and then you have this conflict, and that's what keeps you engaged, what keeps you interested, right? So what you need to do is kind of understand that, and whenever you tell a story, incorporate those 3 elements. So this book also teaches you how to actually tell the story. So don't just lay out the facts, but kind of put your audience in your shoes and kind of take them from the beginning of where did this all start for you? What were the emotions that you were feeling? Get them into the same exact position, because that's what will cause them to feel how you felt, right? Especially if you find a new product that you really like, what were the feelings that you experienced? You need to be able to relay those feelings to the audience. You can't just lay out the facts. So here I just wrote an example that I just literally made up on the spot. You could say something like, I came home, I saw my wife collapse, and I called the cops, right? Or whatever it is. That's just laying out the facts. Or you could lay down and describe your emotions. So you could say, when I came home, I felt an odd sensation that something was wrong. The hair on the back of my neck stood out, and I immediately felt cold. I peeked around the wall and started trembling. What I saw next was unimaginable. My loving, caring, dearest wife was lying down on the floor, pale as a ghost. So again, I just made this up on the spot, but to me, this is much more powerful, because when I read that, I picture myself. I put myself in the position of that person. I become emotionally attached, emotionally connected. And as you may have heard billions of times by now, if you're really in any field, especially online marketing, people buy based on emotion, not on logic. You need to emotionally attach your offer to them, then they will buy. They don't make buying decisions logically, only emotionally. So this is how by telling a good story, you make them emotionally connected, right? So this skill will help you anywhere in life as well, right? Telling a good story will literally help you anywhere, whether you're talking to your friends and entertaining them, you're writing a book, and of course, if you're writing good email autoresponders, that's the most obvious reason. So in conclusion, these were some of the things that were covered in the book, but I do recommend the book. As you may have seen in my previous videos, I absolutely hate and despise time wasters who, spend 5% of the time teaching and the other 95% of the time babbling. Like I gave in my previous example, most of the videos are, they say, we're going to do this. So first step we need to do is we need to go here. Oh, and by the way, you must be committed. You must be confident if you want to do this. If you're not confident, you're like, come on, man, cut the crap. I already know this. I'm not here for a motivational speech. If I want a motivational speech, make another tab, make another section for it. And then if I'm interested, I'll go to them. Like, I don't need you to spend 95% of my time, of my money, listening to this. I already know this. I'm here for the content, not for your motivational bullshit, okay? So those people really piss me off. I'm not gonna point fingers, but this book is not one of them. I listened to the audiobook. Like I said, it's about 4 hours long, a bit more, like 4:15 or so. And every single minute of that was useful. It was not a time waster. I found value in every single minute. Like I said, like 5 minutes ago, there's a ton of different tips and hints. Keep a notebook handy, right? Like I said, my notebook, I wrote a bunch of stuff here, wrote a bunch of notes. So that's kind of how much value you can gain from it. So if you are interested, check out the free book offer. Don't buy it from Amazon. There is a free book offer where you only pay for shipping and handling, and try out the affiliate bootcamp. It's got a bunch of useful stuff, both of them. They're not time wasters. It's not a scam. Take my word for it. I would not recommend something for you that I don't believe in. I do make reviews that are scam. So I will attach my affiliate links down below if you are interested. It's at no extra cost to you, but definitely a good way for you to get started and to check it out. As for the affiliate bootcamp, also don't make the same mistake I did. I've been doing affiliate marketing, like right now I've been doing it for about 5 months, but I've only started doing the affiliate bootcamp 4 months in. So I've kind of, they give you one new video, one new lesson a day. What I should have done is just signed up for like my first day of affiliate marketing, so that then the 100 days would keep ticking. And at the end of, 3.5 months, I would have all the 100 videos ready. I could go to any section, or I could just listen to all 100 videos, in one shot. Now I have to wait. I have to wait every day, right? Which is fine, but could have been better. So if you want to sell and make an impact in the online marketing world, definitely my recommendation to do this. So that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you. I do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought, whether you read the book or you have not read the book. If you enjoy kind of these review/summary videos, I will make more. I do try to read a ton of stuff, a ton of audiobooks I try to listen to, so that I can learn, and not only for myself, but to also share with you and let you know whether it's a good recommendation or not. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.